One-Arm Freestyle. Let's run through how to execute this drill and break it down step by step. This drill is great to use for a large variety of issues with your stroke. It works so good because you can isolate one arm in your stroke, giving you time to focus on what you're doing. What we're looking at today is how to execute this drill. Before we do anything, it is absolutely imperative with this drill that we maintain a head position that allows you to maintain a neutral spine. Now, this will give you the ability to keep your hips up nice and high, reducing the amount of resistance we will cause. Because this drill is only one arm, when you enter the water, you do not get the positive pressure from the opposite side that would normally surge and propel you forward into your glide. If you were to execute this with elevated eyeline and subsequently dropping your hips, you'll be dragging resistance as you go to glide. So eyeline down and get your body sitting up nice and high. Start off on your front, face down, and preferably finishing off a great push off the wall into a streamline. Now, keeping one arm out in front, making sure you try to hold a position that allows your shoulders to sit up nice and high and next to your face. Palm also facing the bottom here. Begin your pull by bending your elbow, initiating with your palm and forearm acting together as a paddle. Now, moving in a path that leads under your shoulder, maintaining a nice high elbow. As your hand gets under your elbow, this is when we want to activate your shoulder and build into the power phase. Now, with your shoulder and forearm combined, we are going to move into a path that leads your palm to face a direction that leads towards your belly button. This is going to get your arm under your shoulder and recruit now larger muscle groups to give you the ability to push with power. And make sure that in this position, under your shoulder, your elbow bend should be close to 90 degrees. Okay, now this arm is set up in the correct position to produce power. Activate and engage your lats and drive that arm under your body. The goal here is to hold on to as much water as possible under your body, as this will give you leverage over your arm and generate a large body surge, propelling you in a forward direction. Last stage of the underwater work is trying to maintain this velocity you've just built up by driving that arm out the back past your thigh. So as your hand passes your belly button line, we want to close down the gap between the side of your body and your arm. Now we can activate your triceps and squeeze that last little part of your stroke. Really try to push your thumb past your thigh to finish your stroke in full extension. This will help you practice a long, full stroke. We want to breathe just as you move from pull into push phase. With your arm out in front and sitting up nice and high, this is going to teach us how to minimize the amount of surface area you show the water ahead of you as you turn your head. This here is a stage where you can generate the most amount of resistance. So use your arm as a stabilizer and roll your head onto your arm to breathe. This will give you the feel of how we want to integrate breathing when we bring back in both arms. Now, before we go on to recovery, please add with your opposite arm as you start to build up velocity from your pull into push phase. Drive that opposite arm in a forward direction. This will help as you integrate your opposite arm back in with extending out as you reach into your glide after entering the water. With your arm out in front, this will help you guide the recovery back into the water. This will give you a safeguard for crossing over your midline and also act as a guide to be able to reach past. So as you finish off your stroke and enter back into the water, really try to focus on extending past your opposite hand. This will get you to start every stroke in this drill with a full stroke. With all drills, it's one thing to execute well, but then to optimize them for your normal swimming can be another thing. Always try to do repetitions in a way that allows each lap or rep to finish off with swimming, giving you a chance to integrate directly after practicing a drill. And remember, with any drill, add flippers to give you a more natural feel of the water and generate lift and propulsion from the rear. Reach out if you have any issues with this drill. It's always helpful to get another set of eyes and advice with trying to execute these drills. Thank you very much for watching and stay tuned for more.